Hey, how's everybody doing out there today? Welcome back to Wildcat MTG. Today we're going to revisit one of my favorite sets that really doesn't get talked about all that much, and that is Core 2020. I know core sets traditionally aren't very sexy because there's a lot of reprints in them. They basically have been they for the longest time they were the reprint sets. But if you look at this particular set, this particular core set, right now, these boxes, as of the filming of this video, can still be found out between TCG and eBay for under $130 a box. Meanwhile, within this set, there's a lot of hidden value. There is currently 18 rares in this set that are $3 or more, and there's 10 mythics that are $3 or more, and there's a couple of uncommons in here that are $3 or more. And that's not even counting any of the foil versions. So the funny part is I've done this before with this particular box, and both times I've done very well on them. And I still haven't even hit the upper tier cards. So I figured it's been a couple of months. I wanted to kind of revisit, just talk about it again. And if you are looking for a product that has good value and also has some really fun and playable cards, this is one I would look at because it actually has an inverted EV where the actual EV right now is above the box price. I think it's about 140, 150 for the actual expected value. Anyways, I'm gonna shut up now. We're gonna test that out and let's just see how we do. And with that being said, let's crack some packs. I was big on this set from the beginning, and again, keep in mind frame of reference. I refound and rejoined the Magic scene right as Guilds of Ravnica was coming out. I got in the very tail end of like Dominaria and Core 19 before that stuff rotated. But really is when I started actually getting back into it. This was Prime, right? It was Throne of Eldraine. It was Core 2020. These sets right here, and this is a set that is pre-collector box as well. So these foils in this set do carry a premium in addition to there just being some really good value on the inside. So if we get any good foils, there's also some pretty good value on foils as well. We're gonna start out with a Night Pack Ambusher. This is a Pro Wolves card, and it also has Flash and creates other wolves if you don't cast spells. So there was definitely a deck around this card when it was in standard. Not quite the value train. That's not one of the $3 plus rares, despite it again being a centerpiece, or not a centerpiece, but a big piece of a deck while it was in standard. But yeah, that's the other part about this is they ramped up foils for this set, but it was still shared summons. This is going to be one of those $3. Let's track this. So there's not a very good land cycle. The bad part about the set, the Achilles heel, is the land cycle. It's the scry lands, like we haven't seen enough of those. So we're going to hope to dodge those. Meanwhile, let's just go ahead and track the $3 plus cards because I'm pretty sure this is one of them. So we'll put that up there with shared summons. But a lot of really good value in the foils. The foils in this set actually do carry a multiplier due to lack of supply because there was no collector boxes at the time. This is pre-collector box. And there's a couple of rares and mythics that I have not pulled. I've done a couple of these openings. That would be really fun to actually pull as far as good value and playable cards. Ley Line of Abundance, I do think that might be one of our cards. I can't remember offhand. I'm going to put it down here, but I might be wrong on that. Bone Splinters, sure. Evolving Wilds, why not? So our first foil of the box is going to be a Bone Splinters. All right. What I would really like to see is there's actually a couple of pretty cool mythics that I have not pulled in the previous boxes. So while I've found plenty of good value in a couple of previous openings of this product that I've done, there you go. So there's really good value. So one of the things you have going for you in this set is you have Veil Summer. You have a printing of Veil Summer. You have an uncommon in this box that is roughly $7 to $8. That in and of itself, especially if you can pull a couple of these per box, you're going to find yourself in pretty good shape. So Veil of Summer. Very nice. We're going to put that up there still, too. Overgrowth Elemental. I love elementals in this set. There's a ton of them. Big on that tribe. First mythic of the box is going to be Locus of the Royal. Not one of the more popular Omnath versions, but still a very good mythic in its own right. Probably around $6 to $7. So we'll take it. And again, as I was just kind of saying, I haven't done traditionally very well in the mythics category. I haven't even, in the couple of previous openings I've done, while we've done very well on the overall box EV, I've struck out for the most part on the mythics. Although I did hit a foil mythic in one of the boxes. So that helped. But overall, there's still some mythics in here we haven't seen any of, which is kind of one of my inspirations for reopening this product again. Going back to the well, if you will. Loxodon Life Chanter, yeah. Caves, sure, why not? All right, I'm going to start motoring through this. Ripping and seeing if we can start how many of those $3 rares and mythics we can pull. $3 plus. So as I mentioned, there are 18 current rares that are $3 or above in value. A couple of uncommons, one of which we've already seen with Veil of Summer. And then I think 10 of the mythics in this set. Leyline of Combustion, I don't believe that's one of them as well. Put that down there. That's actually, I think, 2 of the ley lines that are not the. I think all 3 of the other ley lines are above $3 or more because we have Leyline of the Void, Leyline of Anticipation, and what's the Leyline? Leyline of the white one, Leyline of Sanctity, I think. All right, Retributive Wand, Yarok's Fenlurker, Dungeon Geist. Pretty much a swing and a miss there. Not too bad. Still moving right along. This was a really fun set to play with as well. I really enjoyed it as a core set. Again, I mean, if you like Elemental Tribe, that's pretty prominent in this set. Chandra is kind of one of the featured characters of this set as well, and she's got a couple of good versions of her, but a really good mythic in here too. Devout Decree. Scheming Symmetry, that is also one of those cards that is above $3 in value. I want to say it's like pretty much like a $5 card. Almost has been since release. I think it's basically just been a constant of around $5 since the set even came out. Pretty good value there. All right, Unchained Berserker, Overcome, Ancestral Blade. Yeah, gross. Yeah, Temples. Again, kind of the downfall, the Achilles heel of the set, if you will, is the fact that, I mean, if you look for strength in sets, obviously, yes, you look for mythics. I think another big indicator on the strength of a set is how many good commander playable cards are in the set. I think that's one of those things, like if you look at like Zendikar Rising, one of the things that has sort of buoyed that set is that there are some really valuable uncommons because they're very commander playable. And then one of the other strengths you look for, Vampire of the Dire Moon. It's actually not bad for an uncommon. If this was a foil version of it, I think it's like a $10 or $11 card as a foil version. Kethis. That's unfortunately not going to be one of our stronger mythics there. Kind of a swing and miss right there. Epicure of Blood. But one of the other indicators you would look for on the strength of a set is, of course, the land cycles. How good are the rares? I mean, it's great if mythics can carry a set, but you're kind of expecting that at least 1 or 2 mythics in a set are going to be, uber valuable. But how strong are the rares? And in this case, obviously there's a ton of value in our rare slot in this set. How many commander playables are there? Cavalier of Gales. Well, we have already hit 3 mythics though, and we're just in the first third of the box, so that's kind of cool. I don't think this particular Cavalier, while it was really, really standard playable at the time, and there was it was in some pretty funky decks, especially once Throne of Eldraine came out. I'm not sure if this is one of our more valuable cards, unfortunately. Goblin Bird Grabber as our foil common. So as I mentioned, good playable rares. What's your strength of your rares in a set? How many commander cards are playable? Do you have any chase mythics? And then how good is the land cycle? And that is sort of the downfall of this set. All right, we have our last pack of the first column of the box here. And overall, I don't think we're killing it, but we're not doing poorly either. Rule of Law, always, nice little $1 or $2 as an uncommon. And Glinthorn Buccaneer as our rare. Nothing to write home about there. All right, we are into the middle column now. Again, as far as like rares are concerned, hitting a Veil of Summer out already does help us. Never sad about seeing those, I'll say that. All right, Loaming Shaman, another Rule of Law, back-to-back Rules of Law. Moldervine Reclamation, and Icon of Ancestry. This is going to fall into that $3 or more bucket of rares. Ooh, and a Foil Shock. We haven't hit anything terrific in the foil slot, but again, so far we've actually only hit commons. So still some work to be done there, but a lot of opportunity for uncommons. I mentioned that there are 2 uncommons in this set that are currently over $3. The other one is Risen Reef, which is a really good elemental. And the foil version of the Risen Reef is like $17. So, you know, it'd be kind of cool if we hit something like that. The most expensive card in the set, counting the foil version, actually is Veil of Summer, Aether Gust. Actually a very playable uncommon as well. Pretty cool. Marauding Raptor and Disenchant. Another foil, but another common. Yeah, Veil of Summer, I think, is the top dog as far as actual single most valuable card, because the foil version of Veil of Summer is like $47, $48, something like that. Okay, another Vampire of the Dire Moon. Again, decent value there, $1 or $2 as a Vampire Tribal. Uncommon. Mask of Immolation. And Bag of Holding. We've seen that card now a couple of times. Fencing Ace, our first foil uncommon of the box, and now our 6th foil in total. Not bad. Fencing Ace. I won't claim to know the exact value of that one if that's one of those more valuable uncommons, but 2 for 1/1 double striker. Could be worse. Okay. It's time to find some spice. It's been a minute since we found any. Lightning Stormkin. Warden of Evos Isle. Sure. Noxious Grass. Pretty good uncommon. Hey, Cavalier Flame. Okay, cool. Not huge value, but this is a card that is actually over that $3 threshold as far as like just mythics. I mentioned there was 10 mythics in this set that are $3 or more. This is one of them. I think it's right around. It's just over $3. I don't think it's crushing it in value. So again, we still haven't hit that box that has those upper tier mythics. There are 2 mythics in this set that are like $20 or more. The hilarious part, it is a Cavalier, so one of them is a Cavalier. I think Cavalier of Thorns is pushing $20. The other mythic I mentioned that is over $20 is Sorin. Would not be sad about seeing either of those cards. Blood-Soaked Altar. Repeated Reverberation. Alright, so we're right about the halfway point in this box. I would like to see some more value over that rare slot, but we do have plenty of time left. And like I said, if we actually do manage to hit a couple of uncommon foils, potential value is where, but a lot of potential hidden value there. Okay. Uncaged Fury. God's Willing, always a good one. Good playable uncommon. All right. Apostle of Purifying Light, and oh no, gross. Second temple of the box. Hey, Brineborn Cutthroat. Actually, that's a pretty, and the foiling looks really good on these, by the way. I don't know if my camera is doing it justice, but you can see how the foiling is done and how certain parts of the card are highlighted in that foiling process. Actually does look really good. That was also a card, while it was in standard, saw a bunch of play. It was basically Simic with the Simic Flash with that wolf we pulled, the Night Pack Ambusher, and then Brineborn Cutthroat. So it was basically just playing only on your opponent's turn. Okay. God's Willing again. Yaha. Blight Beetle. Sure. Cerulean Drake. Good old Prot Red Flyer from blue. And Elvish Reclaimer. Very nice. This is a really solid pull. At one point, this card was up to closing on $9. It has fallen off a little bit since then, but it does see a pretty good amount of play still. So a pretty healthy card. I'm going to say, right around $5 or $6. We'll say, oh my gosh. Yes. Whoa. Whoa. Well, wasn't expecting that. I was too busy babbling about the Elvish Reclaimer. Instead, we're going to go ahead and pick up ourselves a foil mythic, Sorin Imperious Bloodlord. And this is Value Town right here. This is almost a $40 card. I think it's like right around $38, $39, something like that, along those lines. And that is just amazing. I'm going to take that all day, every day. In fact, I have a sleeve right here. So, yay for us opening this box. And what makes this Sorin very cool, for those of you who may not be familiar, is its minus ability is you may put a vampire, so right when it hits the battlefield, you may put a vampire creature from your hand onto the battlefield. So you can do all sorts of shenanigans with it. You know what? I'm just going to give him his own tile because he deserves it. So you can do all sorts of shenanigans with it. I've seen people basically turn 2 and then they put Morophon the Boundless into play because it's a changeling and therefore it is also a vampire. You can also do it with Xander from Capenna because he actually is a vampire as well. So you're like, cool, play Sorin, drop my 7-drop Morophon or Xander Cutthroat. Yeah, that's a thing. Very good Very nice hit right there. Well, that's going to make our box EV a lot better. All right, Siegebreaker, another Aether Gust, Steel Overseer, value pull, I think, I don't recall if this is one of the $3 ones. I'm going to go ahead and say, I'll put it down here in the maybes. I don't quite think so. It doesn't immediately resonate, but also just a good card. Tap it, put a +1/+1 counter on each artifact creature you control. Seems like that's something that, you know, artifacts like to do, artifact decks like to do. You know, modular and things of that nature. Bloodthirsty Aerialist. Season of Growth. And Embodiment of Agonies. A card that I actually really liked when it came out. It never really did as much, but I thought it had a really unique ability as a flying Death Toucher, and looking at different mana values of graveyards. So foil pacifism. That's cool. All right, we've got 3 packs left in this middle column. Man, foil Sorin. And so kind of commenting on that, I actually hit a foil mythic in the last version, or the last box I opened of this, which was probably, I don't know, 2 or 3 months ago that I opened it. The foil mythics are basically case hits. You can get 1, maybe 2 in a case. So hitting one of those is a really big deal. Noxious Grasp yet again. Our 3rd temple of the box. That's terrible. And a Gruesome Scourger, a foil uncommon. And again, just commenting on that foiling process. Look how clean it looks, and comes out of the packet, and it's still relatively straight as well. So really like the foil. The foil quality on these is really top notch. All right, 2 packs left in this middle column. Foil Sorin, let's go. That's going to go directly into the old personal collection after this video is over. I have, actually, what's funny is I have one of those already, and now I have a second one. Well, Spectral Sailor. Hey, Field of the Dead. There you go. So this is the most expensive rare in the set. This is a very playable card. It's been a problem since the day it was printed. If you haven't read this card, it's pretty absurd. In whatever format it's legal in, it basically will see play in. Super strong rare. This is probably like $20. So huge box for us. Huge box for us. Now we're we're firing on all cylinders here. All right, last pack of the middle column, and what a middle column it was. Now, this is what I'm talking about with this set. I know you can't expect to pull a foil Sorin every time, but just a lot of good value on a set that really doesn't really get talked about and is still fairly inexpensive to pick up. Chandra's Regulator. Oh, and a foil Chandra's Regulator. We got double Regulator. Insert Warren G reference here. Regulators! All right, that's enough of that. So we got a second foil of the box as well, a foil rare. That is a Chandra's Regulator. Kind of a cool card. Again, Chandra was the featured planeswalker in the set, so she has A, that Chandra's Regulator, B, she has several versions of her. I think she has an uncommon, a rare, and a mythic printing of her in this set, which is kind of fun. All right. And she's got her own Ember Cat. All right, Creeping Trailblazer, another very strong elemental. Tomebound Lich, Salvager of Ruin, and Planar Cleansing. All right, now we are on to the last column of the box. So, opportunity-wise, we're probably about, I mean, the foil mythic won't count in the foil count, like as far as mythic count, I should say. It doesn't typically get sorted that way. But even at 5 mythics, we're probably going to be pushing our limit for the box. We might have one more in here if we're lucky. All right, Thought Distortion. Legion's End. Kind of a decent card. I actually thought it would see a little bit more play than it does, but doesn't see a whole lot of play. Seems like that's a card that would be... I thought it would see more modern play because it deals with creatures with lower converted mana costs, but it does not. Doesn't see any play. I think it's because it plays at sorcery speed, and that, 2 mana sorcery speed, you're giving up a lot in your deck for that to slot it in modern. Fry, also a really good card. Can't be countered. 5 damage to blue planeswalker that's white or blue. Pretty good. Ancestral Blade. Woodland Champion, and a Atmos All-Seeing. Atmosis. Wow, a 3rd foil of the box. 3rd foil rare or mythic, and this is Embodiment of Agonies. Again, unfortunately not going to carry a ton of value. A card that I really liked, but never really did anything. Just kind of a weird card. It wants to deal with different mana values in graveyards. But like I said, never really caught on. Okay, How much juice can be left in this box? Flame Sweep, Angel of Vitality, Risen Reef, cool! $3 uncommon, we'll take that. And Dread Presence, also just a really good card. Swamp enters the battlefield, draw a card, lose a life, or deals 2 damage to a target and you gain 2 life. Yeah, that's pretty solid. It's a fun playable card right there. What are we doing with our... Yeah, let's do this. Okay. All right, moving right along. Field of the Dead is huge. Sorin is huge. Huge pulls. It'd be cool if we could weasel another Veil of Summer out of this as well. That would be fantastic. Okay, Spectral Sailor. Diviner's Lockbox. Thunderkin Awakener as our rare. And a Foil Plains. Haven't seen any of those. No foil lands. That's the first foil land of the box. It looks like we've probably got about 6 packs left. We're going to find out if we have any juice left. Although I cannot claim to be disappointed. Finally pulled that Field of the Dead. And again, our foil, our friend Sorin. Sorin the Imperious Bloodlord. Hey, we did hit another Cavalier Mythic. So it is a Cavalier box. It's the white one. Unfortunately, not exactly what we were looking for in the Cavalier department. The correct answer was green. We wanted the green Cavalier. Cavalier of Thorns. I have a bunch of those white Cavaliers already. Good old Colossus Hammer. You might recognize that from a deck or two. Foil version of that would be sweet. All right, Pulse of Mirasa, Barkhide Troll, and hey, Dracuseth, there you go. Actually, this is a pretty good value. Dracuseth is one of those cards where, especially in like a commander deck or something, he's just in a dragon tribal deck, he's just an absolute beat stick, and I believe he is one of those $3 plus cards as well. So, not bad. Okay. We got 5 packs left. 5 counting the one in my hand. Okay, we've got Flame Sweep, Sky Knight Vanguard, which I saw a little bit of play when it was in Standard. Ember Hauler, same. Agent of Treachery. This is actually really valuable, rare. This is like an $8 rare, and it is just a mean card. If you're playing this in any sort of blink deck and you can cheat it out, and then blinking, you just start stealing your opponent's permanents. This is not a fun card to play against. And a Thicket Crasher, another elemental. Trample and other elementals you have control trample, or have trample. All right, 4 packs left. Let's wrap this thing up here. This video is a little bit long. I sometimes forget how many packs are when I'm not opening like a collector box or a set box, how many packs there are in a box. All right, we've got Master Splicer, which is kind of a cool card, just a good value creature. Woodland Champion yet again. Scampering Scorcher, and Bishop of Wings, also a very strong rare. This is, I think Bishop of Wings is up to like $7 or something like that about this point. Yeah, whenever an angel enters the battlefield under your control, gain 4 life, and whenever an angel you control dies, create a 1/1 spirit with flying. That's a really good angel tribal card. Sees a ton of play as a result as well. All right. 3 packs left. Another Creeping Trailblazer. Yep. Renowned Weaponsmith. Scuttlemutt. Sure. And Drawn from Dreams. Okay. With our Evolving Wilds. 2 packs left. So I just want to point out, look how many, down here, look how many foils there are. It's not, obviously, again, it's pre-collector box era, but for that sort of thing, there's still a really good, they upped the foil amount for this particular set. I think they kind of upped the, hey, Chandra, first uncommon Chandra we've seen. Cool. Corpse Knight, Fourth Temple. Feels bad. Feels bad. All right, last pack. Any last pack magic? Okay, here we go. Fry, Loyal Pegasus, Moldavine Reclamation, and Leyline of Abundance. Is that our second one in the box? It certainly is. I don't think that was one of the ones we're chasing, unfortunately. But you know what? I have no regrets. We got a Field of the Dead. We hit a good assortment of those $3, $4, $5, $6, $8 rares. And we have ourselves a foil mythic Soaring Imperious Bloodlord to go with our other 5 mythics in the box. Again, this is just one of those products I see, and again, I know core sets aren't necessarily very sexy, but it's really undervalued in my opinion as far as like actually opening a box, getting some really good, fun, playable stuff that sees play in Commander and other formats, isn't super overcosted as a box at $130 per box, and will actually give you good return on your value as well. Anyways, that's enough for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button for me, hit that like button for me, and by all means, drop me some comments as well. Appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much, and have a great day.